We have a little something for Tyra. You want to come on up here? So
The queen
she
of
shots us out. So this is Tyra is our official Queen of SHEBA.
Can you tell me a little bit about your coming out experience or your decision to transition?
I knew I was different. As a boy, throughout my years of growing up, 5, 6, 7, they always said I looked like a little girl. When people tell you that, not that it went to my head, but then when I got into school, I started getting young boys were saying, "Oh, you look like a girl. You look like a girl." And then girls would snirk their nose up at me, and I didn't look like no girl. I mean, I have pictures of me as a young man, but I had feminine features, and that some people accepted that, and some people just didn't know how to deal with it. I was in a black neighborhood, black on black neighborhood, so it was kind of rough. But as I came out, I was blessed to have some cousins. My first cousin on my father's side, his sister, daughter, which was gay, and she was filmed. She brought me out, I have to honestly say. I was coming out, but I didn't know I was coming out. And she helped me. She showed me books and told me the lifestyle, and then had people of my lifestyle now stopping by her house. They were very known individuals, her and her lover. She had a lover named Sandy that was the stud. But honey, they were very well loved. That's all in the gay community. So they really helped me to bring myself out.
You told a story about changing clothes or switching clothes or something.
Please
once.
tell me.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was something that you had talked about before. About going to somebody's house and changing clothes or something.
That was her.
Oh, that was her?
Yeah, they lived
Okay.
3 blocks away from me. They lived 3 blocks away from me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think I have expressed this to you before. There was gay people always in our family, on both sides, mother and father.
Right, right.
Not my mother, just my father. I got to correct that.
Okay.
And they were like down low, or they were just guys, but there were no one that was guy that came out like me. My family is full of gay women, full of gay women, from studs to film. And these people are prominent people because, for one reason, Satin Dow is a distant relative of mine.
Really?
Satin Dow is a distant relative, and we used to own a nightclub called the Altruistic on 13th and Center.
Right.
And the Johnsons own that. I'm a Johnson. And her daughter, Myrtle Johnson daughter, Barbara Johnson, was filmed gay. But there was gay women throughout my whole, my life of being around people. I knew they were different, but I didn't know they were gay because I didn't know, the difference when I was young.
Okay.
But there were gay women throughout my life, and it did make me feel comfortable when my first cousin told me about the gay lifestyle, that I started remembering the gay women throughout my life.
Wow.
And like I just felt like there was nothing be wrong with me putting on makeup and putting on a dress, but it was a lot wrong with it. It was a lot wrong with it, but with the grace of God and Jesus, like I would say throughout this whole taping, that I have always had strong faith. I don't know why. What happened to my other brothers? I have 3 brothers underneath me, and they were just lost with that. They always told me they believed in God, but they didn't worship God like I do. I do.
Okay, wonderful. So, Tyra, tell us a little bit about your decision. I know we all know you as Tyra now, but when I met you when I was a teenager, and you were not quite a teenager, and when you took me under your wings, we knew you as Vicky. So, can you tell me a little bit about how Vicky became Tyra?
In 1972, I was in a car accident by yellow cab. He had a passenger in the back seat. When he picked me up, I wasn't supposed to be picked up until he got rid of that passenger in the back seat. and he had me get in the front seat, trying to make the extra money. 1972, he hit a street pole down, and it split the top of the cab, and my face went through the windshield. And I was living this lifestyle because I started living this lifestyle when I was 17. And I never finished high school, but I did finish through MATC. But getting back to that, I had Dan Congos and Congos. His father was Michael Congos.
It's a law firm?
Law firm. And when I was confronted, when I was introduced to him, he asked me, because every time I went in for a conference with him to interview my case, I went in as a woman. And he said, is this the way you're going to come in when we go to court? I said, yes. He asked me different questions, how long I had been living this lifestyle, I told him. And he said, well, your parents they didn't have no complaints to me about you living this lifestyle. I'm just wondering, is it okay with them? I said, you're going to have to talk to mom and daddy about that. So I guess they let him know that this was going to be me. I was going on 18 then. And I said, well, this is me. And I thought he was going to really drop my case, but he said, I'm going to take you on, but I'm going to help you out. He said, do you have a doctor? I said, no, I don't have a position. And I didn't, because I was getting my medical hormones underground, the worst thing to ever do. And a lot of kids was doing it then. We didn't have doctors. We couldn't afford to go to no doctors to get hormone pills. We were scared anyway, So anyway, baby, he gave me a doctor to start seeing for both cases, for my injury and my lifestyle. And then as I kept coming in, because it took almost 3 years for that case to go through. All through the process of those 2 years of me going to see him, he had gotten very fond of me and decided for me to get a physical through a psychiatric doctor. And I did that. And at that time, I was working as a woman. And he told me, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to have to fight the state of Wisconsin. This was in 1973. And by 1974, we fought the state of Wisconsin for me to have a legal name change first and a sex change later, because I was working as a woman. And because that position that surveyed me said that, I had true feelings of living this lifestyle. And my mother and father were really never too much against it. They just wanted me to have and do the best. They didn't want me to make no mistakes, and I knew that. I knew they loved me. And don't get me wrong, they did kick me out the house at the beginning of it. But they came back to their house and got me. I was staying with this lady, and they came and got me. I didn't even want to go home, to tell you the truth, but after they talked to the lady I was staying with, mom and daddy left, the lady told me, your mom and daddy love you. She said, you go on home. And I went back home, and it was all right. But
and so the name change from Vicky to Tyra
was through that process of me going to court for the yellow cab accident. And I did win that case, getting my name changed. They had my parents, both of them, in court. And they were there, right there in court. And the judge asked my mother and my father different questions. And then they came back and they allowed me to get my name changed, which was in the Milwaukee Journal at that time. Second section of the Milwaukee Journal, front page of the second section, down below, name change first, sex change later.
Okay.
And so
that was kind of
it was a
historic,
blessing.
yeah.
It was a blessing, like I'm expressing to you, and like I've been saying to you all the beginning of this interview. I've always had faith in God, and this is the way I have been living my life as a young boy. So it has really helped me out so much.
Wonderful. So Tyra, this is, we're celebrating or we're acknowledging Trans Day of Remembrance. And so do you have any thoughts about the friends that you've lost over the years?
Do they have to be trans?
Well, were there trans women in your life that, that left us or passed over the years? Or there was,
no, but they were just gay young men.
And these were...
And me and you have one friend that we know very well that hung himself in the basement.
Yeah. So.
But did you know also Billy Morgan that shot himself in the head at Estherbrook Park. Do you remember him?
I don't quite remember that
Okay.
situation.
That was after the incident with the person me and you know.
All right. So,
Much
what do you, Tyra? What do you hope for? You know, or what do you envision, or what would you like to see with the trans community for the young people who are coming out today and the young people who will be coming out and transitioning?
It kind of scares me. But
Yeah.
we just got to keep it at prayer. I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm kind of say it scares me. Not our community, the LBGT community, but just life in general. This
So what
is a
scares you
beautiful
about
world we're living in. God created us on a beautiful planet. But we, as a people, are destroying it. Not just our nationality, but all nationalities. That's why I say it scares me. It scares me about life, period, here on earth. But I know you need this direct question answered. I could go on and on and on.
Well,
but
what is it you would
I
like
feel
to see
that
that you aren't seeing
I
now?
think we're getting stronger, and I'm very proud of that because I look at TV 36 and Channel 10 faithfully. Faithfully. Those are educational stations. And I think we're on the right road.
Yeah.
I think so. I really do feel that in my heart, and coming here has helped me considerably. You know that. I mean, I have brothers and sisters, 7 kids, and out of 7, after my father died, everybody gave up on me but my 2 brothers, and that was Bubba and Calvin, and they was always there for me, even after Daddy died. So I'm thankful and blessed for that, but if you've been to my home, you see all those pictures of my sisters and everybody on my tables. People tell me to take that stuff down because that's depressing you and bringing you down. I'm really weak today because of an incident that happened Sunday. I wanted to talk to my mother, and they just not allowing me to talk to my mother. I'm the firstborn. I don't know if they worried that I might ask for something. I'm not asking for anything. Only thing I'm asking for is a little love. I don't get no phone calls. Only phone calls I get is from you. And the only support I'm getting is from this organization. And I come here all the time, and I always tell you and all of the rest of the kids, I thank God for y'all. You're not saving just my life, y'all saving many people's lives. And I just really thank God for all of y'all. I really do, baby.
Yeah, well, you know, you've been a member of SHEBA since the inception of SHEBA. So SHEBA, you know, we were talking.
And I thank God for Brenda, too, because she's been very good and supportive with me to try to understand what I'm going through, you know. It's easy to tell somebody something to help them out, for them to really do it.
Yeah,
you know?
and Brenda was the first facilitator of SHEBA.
Yeah.
And so how do you think things have changed over the years since Brenda's gone? Do you like where SHEBA's headed today?
I'm just so blessed and grateful and thankful that she gave the sword to somebody that would hold the sword up high and make this organization strong. Thank you. I thank you, and I think it's not Jerry, it's Jerry.
No, it's
I
not
thank
Gary,
him
it's Jerry.
Okay, I thank him for his love and support for this organization to try to keep this really going. I thank God for y'all, both of y'all. I really do. Not just me. We all do, baby. You see the problems that all girls have that come in here, and then you not just see us, you see other LGBT people that come in here. I mean, we're fighting a war out here, but y'all helping us win it. Y'all telling us to stand strong, and I appreciate that so much, right?
You know, and one of the reasons why we wanted to honor you is because, you know, you've helped in that fight, you know, from giving shelter to some of the young ladies who had been put out or who didn't have places to live. You know, just the general support that you've given over the years, you know, to not only the SHEBA program, but to lots of young individuals throughout the community. And even since I've known you as a young one, you know, you're reaching out and taking people under their wings.
Well, baby, I tell you, just
your wings,
recently, you had asked me to take in someone, and we dropped them by my house and stuff, and I was for that. But after they saw how I was living and saw that I wouldn't be the right person for them to come in and probably destroy their lifestyle and the way they're living, and seeing that as old as I am, she asked me could she go to the store, and I gave her some change because she wanted to go to Pick and Save. I told her to get me a English 800 beer too, but she never came back. But you know, I try to help people, baby, and just thank God that there's people like you in this organization to help many other people, because we need it out here. It's very, very, very dark out there, and when we come here, we're walking in the light, and I have to say thank you for that. You give me support, you give all the other girls support, and you're always there. This organization is always there for anyone that knocks or ring that doorbell. And we all, for me and all the rest of us, thank you, baby. And God bless you. I love you so much.
So, this down here, Tyra, let's talk a little bit about this.
I thought about taking that home, but I said to myself, there's going to be too many days I'll be sitting up there in that house just looking at it and start crying that somebody thought that much to give me. This is the second trophy I ever won in my life. I won a trophy in Chicago. It was a black social group called Sons of Sasio.
Okay.
And they honored me because I was so good to one of their members. And they just found to be so unbelievable that somebody so young and living this lifestyle would care so much about one of their members. And I did, because her name was Dorothy Tucker. And she was an elderly transgender person. And I would go there to Chicago always. I have stayed with her, but anytime I didn't stay with her, I was always checking on her, making sure she needed anything. And people thought that I was related to her, and I wasn't, baby. It's just that I cared about her. And so I came to Chicago one month and to see her unexpectedly. And I brought her a French poodle puppy. She just broke down. She couldn't believe somebody cared that much to give her something that she really did need it. I know she needed it. As I was telling you, when as a young man, I used to take care of my auntie. She was blind. I've always been around older people, not young people. So anyway, getting back to that, I say within 3 months, I went back there to visit her. She had that dog walking and talking. Walking and talking. God knows,
So
I'm telling you. Walking and talking. The dog was. It was only 3 months old, and she had that dog walking and talking. No, I'm sorry. It had to been 5 months old, because when I had the puppies, I kept them for 2 months. So the dog was almost 5 months old. She had the dog walking and talking. I love y'all, and thank you so much. God has truly blessed me with your presence still with me, and I'm still here, and you're able to help me now, what I'm going through. Thank you, baby.